to another edition of Cadet Chat. My name's Dr. Kosiorek and I'm your host. I am so excited to be joined by members of the boys swimming and diving program. So we have some outstanding student athletes here that we're going to talk to. We've got Jacob Runyon. He's a 12th grader. He is the reigning sectional champion in the 200-yard freestyle and the 100-yard freestyle, and he is carrying on his swimming career at the next level. We also have Justin Enzer, who is a senior. He is the reigning sectional champion in the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard backstroke. And last but not least, a final senior, Matt Wilson, reigning sectional champion in diving. And I must add that Justin is going to be swimming at the next level as well. How did you first hear about the swimming and diving team, and what would you let people know that were interested in joining the team?
I first heard about the team in about 5th grade, but my brother had swam, so I had some experience before that.
I first heard about the team when I was 5 years old. My brother swam, and I got tired of sitting in the stands, so I quickly joined afterwards.
I learned about diving from my brother, who's a swimmer, and he told me they needed divers, so I decided to try it out.
What kind of characteristics do the student athletes that participate in the swim and dive program have, and what do you look to see in your teammates as part of the swimming and diving program?
A lot of the student athletes in the program are hard workers and dedicated to the sport and to their schoolwork. There's no way you can lack off with one and succeed in both without putting 100% effort every time.
A bunch of hard-working, but very nice and determined to get you where you need to be and get themselves to where they need to be.
Who's been your biggest influence as a student athlete during your time here at Hilton?
My parents, always pushing me to my next goals, and they paid for camps even if that was not money they had, but they still somehow managed to pay for it and kind of got me to where I am, so they kind of always inspired me.
My brother, ever since I started in 7th grade, I was just called the Jared's brother or Little Enzer, and it really motivated me to chase him. And then come sophomore year when he was a senior, I was taking his records, and that's what really motivated me to get to the next level. Without him, I really don't think I would have been at the level I am competing at now.
My biggest inspiration when I first started swimming was the older kids that were swimming. Jared Enzer, Justin Enzer, and just the people that were better than me. I was constantly trying to chase somebody. And then as I got older and more involved in swimming, my inspiration kind of just stayed as what I picture to be the best that I can be, I guess. I think if you are thinking about beginning swimming in general, that you should, because the earlier you get into it, the easier it'll be to pick up and the more fun you'll enjoy it. If you're looking to continue it, I think you should. There are more people joining every day, and you never know what kind of friends you might make.
If you're looking to start diving, I think you should. It is a lot of fun, and you meet a lot of new people, and it's just a fun thing to do.
I was on varsity since 7th grade, and I've seen many people join the teams over the years as a first-year kid and do incredible things from that first year to the second year. We've had juniors join in senior year placing top 15 at sectionals.
I only started taking it competitively maybe freshman year, and I've seen people come right up and do great after joining in high school, even if they've never touched the water before.
Doesn't really matter when you start diving as long as you're determined to do it, because I've met people who start really early and still aren't the best, or started really late and are absolutely amazing at it. So it doesn't really matter the age you start as long as you're determined to do what you want to do.
They will take steps to make it so you can compete at the next level successfully and make sure that you feel comfortable doing so.
I definitely think swimming will continue to have its effects on me throughout my entire life. I'm planning on continuing swimming in college at Delta State, and I've met the team and I'm so excited. They seem like great people. It's given me the opportunity to meet new people that I never would have thought I'd meet, whether that's just new friends in college or Olympians or just all sorts of experiences that I never would have gotten. And it gives me a schedule and something to direct my attention to.
It had a long impact on my life, and I will be going on to the next level. And I've been seeing the team at Lemoyne, is where I will be swimming for the next 4 years, and I'm really excited for that. Just meeting the swimmers that are already there and the ones that will be going in the same class as me. It's just a great opportunity to get a different type of coaching, just new swimmers to train with, and it just really teaches you life lessons and all the way through.
Definitely will have an impact on me later in my life, and because I'm going to MCC for diving, and I've met the team, seems very nice, and they are really good too, and it's just gonna kind of affect me throughout my life, keep me fit from diving and flexible, and yeah. Becoming the Section 5 champion for Hilton Central School District, it was a big moment for me. I worked my past 5 years to get this far, and once I heard I won, I looked up in the stands. I could see my mom crying, and my coach hugged me, giving me my medal, and it was just a big moment I never thought I would be able to achieve, but here I am now.
I have held many records out through the school records in Hilton, and the first one I took was the 50 free, which was from my brother. And the moment I touched that wall and look up at the clock, and we all knew I was going for it, but to finally see that I had it was just unforgettable. And then to see, as soon as I climb out of the water, my brother, the first one over there to congratulate me and hug me, even though it was his record, he was still the first one over there to say how happy he was and just cheer with me. And he never let the fact that it was his get in the way of motivating us or like cheering me on or anything like that. He was always just right there. And then when I kept taking his, he was still right there to support me every step of the way. And then even at home now, he still has one record up there. And out through the season, he kept on telling me I was never gonna get it, never gonna get it. And then I never had a chance to swim the event, so he got lucky. But we did take the rest of his. And so it was cool to see that, and it's still competitive no matter what we're doing. Just anything we're doing, it's back and forth between us two.
I got the record in the 500 free. I'd kind of heard like stories about it. I've seen it up on our board for I don't know how many years, and I'd heard stories about how old it was, but I obviously didn't see it changed, and I didn't know much about it. So when I got the record at the meet, I was shocked I got it. I looked up at the clock and it was faster, and I was like, oh, well. And then I talked to my coach about it, and he was like, yeah, man, that was like 40 years old, like, congrats. And then a couple minutes later, I see some guy reaching over the railing to congratulate me. I was like, oh, thank you. And my coach comes over, and he's like, that's the guy who said it. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, it was a really cool moment. I had been training for the event for longer than I wanted to, but it paid off eventually.
In closing, I'd like to thank 3 of our seniors in our swim and dive program, Jacob Runyon, Justin Enzer, and Matt Wilson. Thank you so much for being with us here today, guys. And that concludes another edition of Cadet Chat.